Hi, this is Michael Eskin from AppCordians.com. In this tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to optimize the sounds of your synthesizer app to work with the D550 MIDI controller. When I'm playing the D550 MIDI controller, I like to have sounds that sound like a hammer dulcimer or a harp with a long sustain, and a lot of times the sounds built into synthesizer apps are more designed to be played with a piano. So I've got the D550 running, and I'm going to switch over to ThumbJam, which I've got also running. And I'm going to pick a different instrument here, the sittern, sort of a guitar type sound. Close that. And let's see what that sounds like. Two things to notice. When I lifted my finger from the iPad, the sound stopped, and it stopped rather quickly. So if I were to play that in the D550, it would sound like this. Not exactly what we want. We want something with a nice long sustain. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So back in ThumbJam, you want to go to the Edit menu and bring up the Samples panel. And there's two controls here that you're going to want to play with. One is the Release Stops Note control. Turn that off. What that means is when you lift your finger, the sound is going to continue playing for the duration of where it says release time. And I'm going to set that to about 1.5 seconds. We can test that just by touching ThumbJam. That sounds more like a harp. So let's go ahead and save that as a preset. And we can do that by touching the little up arrow and say Save as New Preset. And I will call that my D550 Sittern. Save. Now that we have that saved, anytime we go to the Change Instrument menu, you'll see that there's a new preset called My D550 Sittern. Okay, so if we go back to the D550, it sounds like this now. Now that I've shown you how to customize a patch in ThumbJam, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing in IK Multimedia SampleTank. So I have SampleTank running in the background here, and I have a harpsichord patch selected. And you notice it has the same characteristic as the sittern did originally in ThumbJam. It has no sustain when you lift your finger. So if we were to play that patch on the D550, it would sound like this, which isn't what we want. So let's go back into SampleTank, and we're going to look for the release control right here, and we're going to want to turn that up a little bit. That sounds pretty good. Let's go back to the D550 and let's see how that sounds. That sounds much better. We're going to want to save that as a patch inside SampleTank. And to do that, we're going to want to go to the Presets menu, which is down in the lower left there. And what you're going to do is you're going to find one of these buttons that you're going to want to assign for your preset. Unfortunately, there's no way to name your presets in SampleTank, but at least you'll have a place to save it. And you'll just want to pick one of these buttons. I'll say number 5, and you just hold it down until it flashes. And you'll see now, anytime I change to that preset, I now have my new harpsichord sound. In this tutorial video, I've shown you how to customize patches in ThumbJam and IK Multimedia SampleTank to work best with the D550 MIDI controller app. Other synthesizer apps on the iPad will have similar controls for their samples, generally labeled release or something like that, so you'll want to look for those if you're using a different synthesizer.